dSource.
We're here with Victor Conte at his offices in San Carlos, at the snack offices. Talking to us about snack, ZMA, and sports nutrition and conditioning. How you doing, Victor?
Doing pretty good. I understand that Dr. Margaret Goodman is the head of VADA, and you know she is a person that wants to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, and we've been working collectively on this. Of course, my primary role will be to herd athletes to her. Yeah. But she's talking with people very high up in the world of anti-doping associated with WADA people in terms of the testing as well as the doping control officers. And we're going to have some sponsorships for elite athletes and try to... I'm glad that Floyd Mayweather put the debate on the table and the discussion. It's very important because it is the herd game, and the idea is to harm your opponent. And of course, we know that performance-enhancing drugs, they work and give you a significant edge. And so I think it's even more important to level the playing field in the world of boxing and MMA as opposed to baseball and track and field. You know, it's one thing to be running faster than the guy in the lane next to you compared to trying to knock somebody or knock somebody's lights out.
Definitely.
And you need a proper balance. And the same thing with nutrition. It doesn't matter what it is, too much is just as bad as not enough. Too much water will drown you. Okay, it's the most important nutrient of all. But you want a balance. And a quick example is certain minerals are involved with contracting your muscles. Sodium, calcium, phosphorus are three of them. The primary mineral involved with muscle relaxation is magnesium. But you have a competitive interaction between these nutrients, and the more sodium, the more calcium, the more phosphorus you consume, it lowers, it's a teeter-totter effect. As those body stores go up, the magnesium goes down. Well, pretty soon you're tight, you're cramping, you've got all sorts of issues. And the explosive strength and speed type training that boxers do causes a retention of certain elements and an excretion of others. So you need to contract and you need to relax. So we've seen with intensely trained athletes, that's why ZMA, the whole anabolic process, you're using up, if you become low in zinc, it reduces the number and size of your androgen receptors. It increases the number and size of your estrogen receptors. There's studies showing, as an example, with male alcoholics and alcohol depletes zinc, that it actually lowers their androgen receptors in number and size and increases estrogen. And the reason they even looked into this is because they couldn't figure out why male alcoholics developed feminine-like characteristics. It has to do with causing a depletion of the element zinc. And of course, you need an adequate supply. If you're low in zinc, it will lower your growth hormone and it will lower your testosterone. So too much is bad too, because if you take too much zinc, it competes with copper, and there's an enzyme in your body called lysyl oxidase, and all of the connective tissue, ligaments, and tendons in your body are dependent upon having an adequate supply of copper. So by too much anabolism, too much zinc, too much testosterone, growth hormone, then you deplete copper, which means you weaken connective tissue, ligaments, and tendon. You become more prone to injury. So all I'm trying to say in short is, it's about having a proper balance of all these nutrients and making sure you consume those in the right ratios, and that you monitor and test and make sure that you're in balance. Remember when Freddie and Manny talked after his last fight about he couldn't push off because he had a cramp in his calf?
That's a depletion of...
Well, typically it's going to be one or two elements. If you're really sweating excessively and you become dehydrated, then it can be sodium. But if you're not, and you're well hydrated, more than likely it's magnesium. So my guess would be that Manny had reduced body stores of magnesium, and the type of explosive training that he does, which causes retention of sodium and calcium and phosphorus, and those three elements are competitive with magnesium. I mean, there's all sorts of things. It causes muscle tightness, muscle cramps, a lack of concentration, focus. I mean, you won't sleep as deeply. There's a lot of issues associated with magnesium, but it's very, very important to have an adequate supply of both magnesium and zinc, which are the two ingredients, primary ingredients that are in ZMA.
Absolutely. And I know you're a busy guy. I don't want to take too much of your time. Thank you for sharing us your thoughts, and it's always a pleasure, Victor.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Putang ina mo.
Doing my job, 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 doing my job.